Okay, we just finished the laryngeal cavity and the air would coming down, continue to the trachea. So today I will talk about the trachea and bronchi and lung. So first of all, we will see the continue to the laryngeal cavity. So cricoid cartilage. So that's C6 and continue to the trachea. So trachea is from the C7 descending to the T4. Then by side divide to principal bronchi. So the trachea is a windpipe. So it's formed by C-shaped cartilage, hyaline cartilage. So one by one, one by one, one by one. It's anterior to the esophagus. So then C-shaped, so the last C closed by the smooth muscles. So it's connected to the esophagus. So if we swallow really large food, so we couldn't cause the uncomfortable because the trachea could be constriction and let the food come down. The air coming in, so it's descending to the T4. Okay, so in front of the T4, the trachea divided two portions. Right and left principal bronchi. So can you answer my question? Which side bronchi the food easy come in? The right bronchi is wider, shorter, and directer. And the left bronchi is longer, narrow, and curved. So the food easy descending inside on the right side. Okay, in the right side. So that's the differences between right and left bronchi. So the air continue coming in. So now go inside the lung. So lung we have the right, left located in the thoracic cavity. Okay. So thoracic cavity contain both sides. So it's cone shaped. So for example, we have the apex and we have the body and we have the base. Okay, good. So they divide three surfaces. So on the birth side, continue to the thoracic cavity. So that's we call the costal surface. So directed to the ribs and intercostal muscles. Then we have the another surface. Okay. So by side, the heart pericardium. So that's we call the mediastinum surface. So be careful. In the thoracic cavity, we have the right, left lung, and except lung, all organs in the center. That's we call the mediastinum. The base. So the base we can see here. So it's direct opposite to the diaphragm. So that's we call the diaphragmatic surface. We have the lateral border and the medial border, okay, and the inferior border. So very important is the medial border. It's the hyaline of the lung. So which is the hyaline? So that's the door of the classroom. So something coming in and something come out. So hyaline of the lung must be something coming in or come out. So which is it? Pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, and bronchi, lymphatic vessel, and nerves. So now let's clarify the root of the lung. So we will find the artery, the vein, and the bronchi, they keep one order. So from the anterior to the posterior, so that's we call the VAB. Pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, and principal bronchi. And from superior to inferior, so right, left, they are different. Okay. So the right one is BAV. From the superior is the bronchi and pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. So how about the left side? Yes, left side is ABV. That's left side is pulmonary artery and bronchi and pulmonary vein. So now we clarify one by one of each lung. So in the lung, we look at this specimen. So we have the two fissures, oblique fissure and horizontal fissure on the right side. So oblique and horizontal, so they divide the right lung 3 lobes, superior, middle, and inferior lobe. So how about the left side? So left side only oblique fissure. So oblique fissure divide the left lung, superior portion and inferior lobe. If you go inside of the lung, we will find the bronchi divide many small branches, so look like bronchi trees. Okay, so each bronchi trees divide a segment, one segment and another segment. So we are very familiar with it. Yes, the liver, segment of the liver. So it's smaller than lobe. So the lung is the same. So segment bronchi, segment pulmonary artery, and segment pulmonary vein. So they form the segment of the lung. Air comes inside the alveolar. Okay, alveolar that can air exchanged. So the oxygen comes in the capillary's blood. Then carbon dioxide would come out from the capillary's blood, go in the air. So that's what we call exchange the air. Pulmonary artery is full of the carbon dioxide, and the pulmonary vein is full of the oxygen. So we always see the picture atlas. Pulmonary artery always blue color, pulmonary vein always red color. It's differences from the systematic artery and vein. So I just take my lab coat. So the lung also take their lab coat. So that's the serous membrane. So this serous membrane covers the lung. That's what we call the pleura. So be careful. This serous membrane also contains the inner side of the thoracic cavity. Pleura biside the thoracic wall. That's what we call palatal pleura. And the serous membrane covers the lung, the organ. So that's what we call the visceral pleura. So now we know. So between palatal pleura and visceral pleura, so that's what we call the pleural cavity. Palatal pleura is the costal rib, diaphragm, mediastinum. Okay, good. So palatal pleura, so we have the costal pleura. Inner side of the thoracic wall, and diaphragmic pleura, so above the diaphragm, and we still have the sternum pleura, so contains the pericardium, aorta, vein, esophagus, all organs just in the thoracic cavity. So very important is one more thing, because all I said is thoracic cavity, but one point is very special. It's here. The position is in the medial side of the clavicle, above 2 centimeters. So we have the pleural apex of the lung. It's above the clavicle. So that's what we call cupula. Okay. Now I will explain the expiration. Okay. So when we bless. Anything happen? Yes. If I want to inhale the air, what happened? So the intercostal muscles would be constriction. So the diaphragm would be constriction. What happened? So descending. And the thoracic cage would be enlarged. So inside pressure would be reduced. So the air coming in. That's what we call the inhale. Exhale. Diaphragm ascending. Intercostal space would be smaller. Inside pressure would be high. the air come out. That's what we call exhale. Expiration, inspiration. Pleural cavity pressure is negative to the atmosphere. So because it's negative, so it keeps the lung open. Something wrong? Yes, something wrong. Inside, the pressure is not negative anymore. So the lung would be shrunk. So the whole cavity full of the air. The lung is very small, look like a ball. Okay, because of the positive pressure. Here it exists, the potential space. Where? That's what we call costal diaphragmatic recess. So between diaphragm, thoracic wall, and the lung, so we have the one space is empty. That's what we call the costal diaphragmatic recess. So the lower part of the lung and the pleural cavities, two lobes differences. Okay, we just finished the respiratory system.